Tierra here with Tierrafae Creations. Thanks so much for tuning in for another soap making video, and it is time to make the May soaps. Starting off with these new molds. These are just some round 8-inch silicone cake molds that I bought off Amazon. Come in a pack of 4. I will leave the link for them down below. And I just wanted to do some cake slices and use this fragrance called Orange Cream Vanilla. And let's get started. So I've got my room temperature oils here. There's also kaolin clay in here and some goat milk, and then I have my lye solution that has Tessa silk and sodium lactate, and I'm just going to combine these two together. As I was saying that, I realized I didn't put the goat milk in there. So now the goat milk is in there, and it's just goat milk powder that I've mixed with a little bit of water and put into my oils. I'm gonna give this a quick mix just to incorporate the kaolin clay and the goat milk and make sure it's not like all sinking to the bottom or floating at the top before I add in my lye solution. Stick the bubbles out of my stick blender and go. Alright, so I've split this off into 4 different colors, and I just want to do some oranges and whites because we are doing just the orange and the cream and the vanilla, and those are just kind of the colors I'm sticking to here. Only I'm adding some vanilla bean powder because it made sense to me. Doing all the orange and all the vanilla in the soap. It'll add a little bit of design, little speckles in there. And then for the rest of these bowls, we are just going to add some titanium dioxide to the little guy because this is going to be my frosting. I'm going to set that off to the side until I'm ready to use it. Main color, I think I'm going to do white in there. It's the base, and then we're going to do some orange swirls. So 2 different color oranges here. This is a Mango Tango. What's left of that in there. And then into the other guy, I've got some Orange Vibrance. These are both by Nurture Soap. And we'll give them a mix, starting with that big bowl there. I think actually I want to make this a little more creamier, some titanium dioxide to the Orange Vibrance. So let's start with the big bowl first. Alright, time for the fragrance. It does have 3% vanillin in it, which I'd expect because it is a sweet fragrance. I'm not a huge fan of creamsicle smells, and that's exactly what this is. But of course, you know, I'm not the one who's going to be using all of these soaps, so I gotta sometimes do fragrances that aren't necessarily my favorite. And I know this design is going to be awesome, so. But we're gonna give this a little mix, and like I said, the fragrances have vanillin in it, so it may discolor to a tan, but hopefully it's not that bad, and I'm not too worried about it. But we will hand mix this in and get to pouring into those 8-inch silicone molds. I have not used them before, but I know they are very, I guess, thin and, not the word I want, not wobbly, but that too. Not very sturdy. So if you're going to use them, I suggest you put them on like a surface, like a cookie sheet or a piece of cardboard, because if you want to move them, once you pour into them, they are not going anywhere. But I don't plan on moving them. I'm going to leave them right on the surface of this table. So I'm just going to pour into them as they are on my table. All right, let me get this mixed in properly. All right, I'm going to be doing a drop swirl technique for this. So I'm going to start by pouring in a majority of this white and then alternate the oranges back and forth. Super excited about using this mold. So I'm not a big fan of that stick blender. It's the second time using it, and I gotta say it is very high powered and not what I'm used to. Even on the lowest setting, I'm like, whoa, it just pulls way too much. And it's going to again be a learning curve and something that I've got to get used to, but I don't like it. I miss my old one. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. I mean, it's a nice brand and it seems very sturdy. It's the same brand as the one I've used before, but a little more powerful. Well, what am I gonna do? Just gonna have to get used to it. All right, let's try and get these filled up. And then I'm going to let them sit for a hot second, just so that they are a little more firm before I go and pipe on that white frosting. I want to do dollops. I might even take a little chopstick and do a little swirl design on the top of this, but let me get the rest of this poured in here and scraped out. It has been a while since a fragrance has gone and made my stomach growl. I had to go inside and make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for myself. It smelled really good, I will admit. So I have done some soap cakes before, but I have never used this sort of mold. I've used like this one where it's an individual cavity, and I like them and everything, but I feel like I am missing out on all of the pretty swirls and designs that you can get when you cut into a soap. So I'm really excited to see the inside of the soap. I'm not very excited to cut it because I'm always afraid they're going to be like uneven cuts and like funky slants to them, but I'll do my best. All right, I have some melt and pour orange slices that I've done like in a creamy orange, and I've got some sea salts that I've dusted in some orange, and maybe some glitter, and that's what's going to go on top of the soap. So I've always wanted to try this, but the main inspiration for me getting this together was those Minnie Mouse cupcakes that I made. I had talked about the inspiration for them being a local bakery, and I decided to contact them and see if they just wanted to have a display of my soaps in their shop, and they were like, absolutely. So that is a plan. We are taking some soaps over to Newberry Bakery and Cafe this weekend, and I'm super excited. But I figured I needed to make some more bakery inspired ones, like some cake slices. So these will be going to Newberry Bakery. Of course, I'm going to have some for sale as well on the website. There we go. Now, to sprinkle these salts on here. See how this looks. Oh, I decided not to take a chopstick to the top of the soap. Obviously, you can see that. I mentioned it, but I didn't do it because I liked the little splatter look on here. I'm thinking I'm going to use these molds again for another scent slash flavor of cake. I have a banana coconut fragrance off to the side, and I'm going to try a different design, of course, for that, but maybe for that one I'll do a little swirl top on it. So that is probably going to be my next soap. You guys are going to be seeing some bakery inspired soaps this month. All right, let's figure out glitter for this one. Let's do some of this Brambleberry Fine Iridescent glitter. I put it in a little spice shaker and just give it a little dusting of glitter on here. And I used the salt sprinkles on there because I really wanted to put sprinkles on here, and I didn't really have anything that I thought went. And then I realized salts make more sense on soap than sprinkles, even though I use them both interchangeably. So that's why I did the salt sprinkles, in case you were wondering. All right, I'm gonna let these sit for 24 hours, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna slice them up. right, let's try to cut this cake. Like I said, I am not looking forward to it because I know I'm not going to get all the uniformed. I just want to make a little score mark in it so I know where I'm going. Uniform pieces, whether they're going to be slanted and uneven or if they're just going to be all different weights. It is what it is. I'm doing it for the design. I can already tell that wasn't a very straight cut. It's kind of like when I make cakes and I take them over to people's houses and they're like, I don't want to cut it, you cut it, I'm going to butcher it. Well, that's how I feel with this. I don't want to butcher this, but I have a feeling that's just doing my best is all I can do. So let's see. It should be a little easier once I get it cut in half. So that's what the inside looks like. I had also mentioned that the fragrance had some vanillin in it and it was going to discolor, and it has. It's not done too much. I'm not too upset about it. It's still keeping its pretty colors. It just has like the white has just gone a little like of a beige. Hopefully it doesn't go any more. And let's see. Some more, but I just know these are all going to be different sizes. Just to give you an example, I am going to get my scale and show you. But I just love how the inside of it looks when you can get all of those swirls and designs in there that you don't get when you just put it in an individual mold. So let's see how much this one weighs. We got 7.85 on that slice. It's a really big bar of soap. And 8.35 on that one. So I'm not quite sure what to do about these. I think I'm gonna have to like put them in different groups. Like really big ones are gonna have to go together and the small ones will have to go together. I can already see this one's definitely bigger than this one. See, this is not fun. I don't know if there's like a better method. I think I'm gonna either have to look into it or come up with something. 8.5, boy, and 8. So that's not too bad. I don't know if I need to mark the mold so that before I take them out, I can just kind of score it where it would be a slice. I'll have to think about it. This one's kind of a practice because it's the first time I've ever used it, but I'm definitely making another one after this. In fact, when I get done cutting this one, I am moving on to the next flavor. And it's going to be a banana and coconut. And hopefully I can figure out a better way of cutting these before I have to cut that one. All right, let's do this one. Let's see. If you guys are interested in purchasing these soaps, I don't know, what did I say? I gotta look it up. May 27th will be the next shop update. So look, 9.3 on that big boy, and this one is 8.2. So there's just such a big difference. But I'm happy with the look of this. They actually remind me more of cheesecakes than cake slices. So I don't know if I want to call this like a cheesecake or a cake slice, but I have to think about that too. The next one I'm going to try to make to look a little bit more like a cake, but we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what cake flavors I should do next. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button, and if you are new, don't forget subscribe. Join me for more fun soap making adventures. Any questions, or comments, leave them for me in the comment section down below. And until next time, I hope you guys have a very nice day, and I will smell you later.